Nicola, thank you very much for joining me on today's episode. I really appreciate it, and it's a pleasure to have you on. If you don't mind, just introducing yourself, who you are, what you currently do for work, and where you currently work.
I'm Nicola Hunt. I'm at the Holiday Inn Bolton and I'm weddings and events coordinator.
Amazing. So I think I saw recently that you left for a bit and recently came back to the Holiday Inn. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
from your post, it sounded like the time away like sort of clarified what matters to you in like a workspace. What was it, if you don't mind sharing, that made you actually want to come back?
Just a non-toxic environment. At the Holiday Inn, it feels very much like a family and it's supportive. The
Hmm.
place that I left to didn't fit my morals.
Didn't fit your morals. Yeah, because I think I saw that you spoke about like respect and good communication. Um, I think like how much does that like actually shape how like your events run day to day?
I think sometimes when you have a sporty general manager who lets you flourish and do what you need to do, your event can run. Sometimes when somebody wants to, cut your wings a little bit
Mm,
and micromanage, that's when it starts to affect the event.
yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And I think as well as that, you came from like a completely different background. If I'm right, you're
I
doing
have,
like sales and admin. What made
yeah,
you make the jump into like wedding and events and stuff like that?
every girl loves a wedding. Every girl's a planner. I have a plan A, B, and C, and it just fit with what I love to do.
Yeah. What made you was it like a big leap going between the two?
Yeah, so it was insurance that I did prior.
Okay.
Before that, I was a gym manager.
Mm.
And then I did work in a wedding shop as well before that. So it's come back full circle. But I got married, and I absolutely missed planning weddings. So it was something that I thought I really like doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. That's amazing. Well, talk me through it then. Like operationally, like day to day, when like a wedding function is on the box and it lands on your desk, like what is it that you do day to day?
So day to day, I meet the bride, I sell the wedding, and I am
Okay.
a coordinator from day one to the day of the wedding. And then the day before that, we have our meetings. I do her plan, we sort her menu out. And then on the day, I will be there to greet, deal with any problems. And I'm staying there until I know my bride is happy with the first serving of food. After that, I hand it over to one of my ops managers.
Hmm. That's really cool actually. So how long have you been doing that part of it for? Is it since you had the
But
job?
since day one with the weddings, yes.
Yeah. Does it has it changed much like how you go about it over the years?
Um, you know what? Last year weddings were a lot. We you did less, but
Hmm.
the weddings were a bit bigger. This year, we've got more, but they're a lot smaller. So the spend's not there. Next year, massive weddings all over again.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. What would you say is like your favorite part of it?
You know what? It's when we open the doors and the music goes off, and we send the bridesmaids in, and then we shut the doors again. And it's that my minute with the bride because the next time I see her, my job is complete.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine it's quite like an emotional thing. Like you sort of
It
when you're
is.
dealing with people and like you get to know them, that like their background. I think it can be like a really like fulfilling thing to do. I think.
Absolutely. I have done I've been a witness for a bride. I
Okay.
have I've had brides who brought the babies in after they got married. So and they become friends, some of them. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. And I think if I'm right in saying you do like corporate functions as well, so like parties, and
Yeah.
I think I even saw
we-
like the football stuff. How
Yeah.
how how is that different to like a wedding?
Football is completely and it's completely different.
Yeah.
We have food that we have to put out, it's got protein. We've got to keep them very quiet. We don't even post that we've had it, to be honest.
Okay.
So when we celebrate, we cheer, we
Yeah.
make everyone know we've got a bride coming. Completely different with the football team.
Hmm. Interesting. Would you say that you enjoy that as much as the weddings, or is it completely like
Every
nowhere near?
day in event is completely different, and no day is the same. I'm very lucky to do what I do, and I know that. I don't sit at a desk all day, which is better for me, and
Yeah.
it's so much fun, honestly. And the people that I get to meet and the people that I work with are fantastic.
Oh, that's amazing. I think in like a peak season, I imagine that no two days are like the same. So what is it? What's going on like week to week? Is it like one day's like it's absolutely crazy and it calms down a little, or is it usually like every day is pretty much the same?
No, it is. You get your crazy periods, especially in wedding season, because you've got your proms as well, and Christmas is always manic. But then you
Mm,
do go quiet a little bit during the week, and them days you just catch up on that well-needed admin that just gets shoved to one side because it's the people facing that you've got to deal with first. So
yeah,
no, you cannot have 2 days the same. No two weddings, no two events are the same.
yeah. I guess it can be like really manic and really crazy, but I guess that's like sort of, I guess you begin to like love that a bit, where it's like sort of like you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for the next problem, the things that you hear, the things you've got to deal with. It's fun.
Yeah, I'd love to learn a bit more about the inquiries side of it because, um, obviously on a side I help like with hospitality venues with like inquiries and stuff. So for you guys then, obviously it's a bit different with it being like a Holiday Inn. What
Mhm.
happens when you get like a new inquiry? Is it from the couples, like from the first message all the way to a booking? Is it like through emails? Is it through phone calls? Like how do you typically deal with it?
So we get a lot of bookings via Hitch, Bribebooks, all your platforms. We'll get
Yeah.
it via email. We've got a website which is called the Cloisters website. A
Hmm.
lot of our bookings do come from Instagram.
Okay. Instagram. Do you like post a lot of like all the weddings and
Yeah,
stuff?
so we do real weddings. So we post on there, and that
Yeah.
and that for us is a really good platform for brides to see because it'll just pop if the bride's searching for a venue, it will come up then on her feed.
Hmm. Okay. And how do you keep track of all of it? Is it like in a spreadsheet? Is it all in your head? How does that work?
No, it's definitely on a spreadsheet. And then I have like a three contact policy. So the first time, leave them a few days, and the second time, I obviously see them, and then I contact them after because the follow up's just as important as the sell.
Yeah. How do you go about the follow ups then? Do you feel like they ever go cold because you've been too busy, or is it more of like it's set of these people we
It's
need to follow
set.
up on these?
It has to
Yeah.
be set because the worst thing is, have you ever been anywhere that you've absolutely loved and then you can't contact that place back? Puts you off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I might have been to a place that was okay, but they've got back to me, and then I've dealt with the person, so I've booked it.
Okay. That's interesting. And then just like touching back on like the admin thing on it, you say like always gets pushed aside. I know exactly what you mean. If you like look at your week, like, where did your time go that like you sort of wish it didn't in terms of like the manual or like repetitive part of the job that you wish you sort of didn't have to do?
Getting menu choices,
Menu choices.
absolutely. It is the
What
most painful thing to do.
in what why is it most painful?
We've got so many allergens now. We have
Hmm.
so many dietaries, and getting a guest to pick their menu and every single guest for every single event, it's quite painful because we need to give it to chef by a certain cut-off period, and some people have just gone, oh, I don't know.
No. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hmm. What's the process for that? Is it just like a lot of back and forth with the bride and everyone else?
Basically, everyone else, yeah. So we do we'll give them a table, we'll ask them to fill it in because that's the way our kitchen does like it. But then they'll send me a different table back. And it's like, can you just fill the one in, please? Because we've got to print this. We have a system that really works well in the kitchen. Because if we went through everyone's forms and did it all differently, our operation isn't going to run as smoothly as we have nailed it now.
Hmm. Interesting. Am I right in saying there's a hotel attached as well?
Yes, yeah, we're a hotel.
So how does what's the dynamic between the two of them? Do you think it's like it runs quite smoothly and like do a
Absolutely.
lot of the people who stay for or who have a wedding do a lot of or like most of them stay at the hotel as well?
Yes, I think that's why it works so well because we've got this beautiful converted church attached to a hotel with so many bedrooms.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise there was a church attached.
Absolutely, yeah, it's huge. It can hold up to 280. We have
Oh wow.
Christmas parties. It's quite a big space.
Ah, okay. With that, in your opinion, what makes having a wedding at your venue so special?
It's like a hidden gem. So you don't expect it when you walk in. And the best thing is on a show around is when I open them doors and they go, wow. So we've had people get married here and people still don't know it's here because of how amazing it is. They just think it's a separate venue, which it's not.
Hmm. That is interesting. I guess that's sort of like exactly what you want when you open those doors and you see their eyes light up. That's like you know you've done your job well, and you sort of when you get to know them and what they actually want, um, that's great. I think what in your opinion then, what do you reckon like makes or breaks a wedding venue these days?
So I think it is what a celebrity is doing, is what trend will come in.
Oh really? So like what people are seeing like on social media of
Yeah, so we had the massive hotel weddings back in the day when Jordan and Peter got married. And then the footballers now they're going to town halls, aren't they? And then they're having
yeah, yeah.
parties. So that is the newest trend.
Uh, I guess it's quite good then that you're like a you like adapt to it and
Yeah.
you know what people really want and you can if you can provide that then that's I guess that's where you win. What part of your job would you say that like guests at the hotel or you know people that are come for the wedding, do you think that they don't really see or appreciate?
Um, Sometimes I think that all guests, and we've all been guests, we're all guilty of it. That
Yeah.
we're so quick to blame a team member, a staff
Mm.
when we're at an event when something doesn't quite go our way. So if the room's very hot and you know it's a hot day, we know it is, we're quick to
Yeah.
say it's too hot in here, do something about it. If a team member cannot do that, and I think that's the thing that it's the abuse sometimes that guests can give to members of the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean. I think when I've been to or like when I used to work at a hotel, it was like a country house hotel that was had like weddings as well. I think when you can see a lot of it in people where they sort of take it out on the wrong person and it doesn't
Yeah,
and like the thing with hospitality is that people like there's a lot going on. It's a big operation and there's loads of moving parts. Like there's the chefs, there's front of house, there's reception, there's like accounts, there's everyone. And I think it really takes like a good and well coordinated team to make it
absolutely.
all
And it's
work in tangent.
usually one of the young team members that get the abuse.
Yeah,
Uh, it's usually one of those that gets it, and that's part of the hospitality that really would I'd love to change because we're
yeah,
all
yeah,
human and we all deserve the same respect.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think there is just so much going on any given day that I like personally, I do feel like, and like you say, I'm guilty of it as well. Is when you go to like a hotel or you go to a restaurant or you go to like a wedding venue, like you're all having a really good time, but then there's like people behind the scenes that are like, oh my god, we need to make sure that this is bang on. And I think it definitely deserves some more appreciation for how much effort and work goes into like planning someone's potentially biggest day of their life. Um, so I definitely think it needs more like awareness around it. Do you think couples' expectations have shifted much in the last few years? Like what are they really after now?
Every couple is unique, so every couple expects different things. I have couples that I've had to go to 6 week appointments. I've had to have one every single week, and then on the day they're the most chill couple I've ever had. And then I've had couples that have been like, "Oh, it don't matter about our appointment," and then on the day they've been
Yeah.
like, "Oh God," and they've been quite chaotic over it. So you can't ever say that two couples are the same. The dynamics are always different. The only thing I think is the younger girls now that are coming up and getting married, they
Yeah.
uh, they think wedding coordinating and wedding planning is a little bit more American, let's say,
Okay.
than we are. So in England, we plan your wedding and we're there to help out. In America, they obviously book everything in for you and literally
Okay.
become your wedding planner.
Interesting. Do you think more people would prefer it to be like an American way?
I think that the budget is absolutely not doable.
Yeah.
The way that the UK is, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think Americans love to spend money. I think
They
they just
do. Yes, I mean the joys of getting married is planning your wedding, and then they pay someone to do it for them. So
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Where would you say you see like the biggest challenges for venues like yours over the next few years in any aspect?
we are based outside of Manchester, so we are competing with Manchester. So as long as hotels keep popping up in Manchester, it's going to get harder.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Do you feel like a lot of people when you're like having that initial touch point, like they mention that they've looked at places around in Manchester, or is it more so a case of um, I don't know that there's just like there is so many in like the main part of the city that it's quite
They
difficult.
will mention, yeah, that they will mention places that are quite local because at the moment wedding venues are just popping up. Hotels are where. keep looking somewhere to stay.
Okay, interesting. Well, you're clearly quite excited about everything. You clearly care about the experience everyone like has. If you could right now wave like a magic wand and fix one thing about how your operation runs day to day, whether it's the admin, whether it's I don't know how people actually get to the place, what would it be?
Um, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would. Don't know if I would
Really?
because I feel like if I did, it takes away that unique experience that I can give to every bride because
Yeah,
every bride gets a unique experience because it never runs the same. So if I changed it, am I just going to become a uniform wedding? And that's not what we give.
yeah, yeah. I love that. That's a really good answer, actually. Um, yeah, I like that a lot. I think. Do you plan on doing this for a long, long time? Do you think this is your like dream job as such?
Yeah, I really think it is. Yeah, I get to meet people. I love events. I'm lucky enough to be supported by a very good company. So yeah, I can't see my future being anything else.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, I really appreciate you jumping on and answering those
Thank
questions. I think you've given some really good insights into like how it all runs. And it's just like you're another person that really shows like how much they care. And I think like definitely some more appreciation should be thrown to people like yourself.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
But thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.